What's up, guys? Today taking a look at some hot racing Clod gearboxes, axle tubes, and steering knuckles. So if you're looking, for metal, aluminum gearboxes, I know Hesse makes them, but he's fucking ridiculous. I think $380 per box. I don't care how good his machining is. And even these are hot racing. They're fucking ridiculous. And what pisses me off for the amount of money that they're charging for these, okay, this long tube here, this long brace that goes from your axle tube to the gearbox. Well, this screw here, they did not tap the thing all the way through. So I had to, tap it. It's a 3 mil. And there was 1/8 of an inch that needed to go in, and that was on both gearboxes. Then this right here, the axle itself, where it comes through the axle tubing, where you have the C-clip, and then there's a washer, and the same on the inside of the gearbox, and this is both sides. So usually, plus or minus 2 thousandths, 4 thousandths, that's normal. Well, this was undersized. In other words, it was 12 thousandths of an inch I had to remove from this washer behind the E-clip here and here. So I took 6 thousandths from this washer and then the one on the inside. The washers are 20 to 21 thousandths of an inch. I had to file those washers down, 6 thousandths of an inch on each of them to get the axles to turn smoothly because they were, way too tight. So poor machining there, and there's no excuse for it. With a CNC, it's programmed, it should be right. The other issue is on the steering or the axle tubes themselves, where the steering knuckles connect in here, these kingpin screws, they did not tap these all the way through, which was another pain in the ass. The other thing is the steering knuckles, they have so much slop in them. I mean, there's probably, 30 thousandths of an inch, so I got to shim them. There's just no excuse for tight tolerances, over tight tolerances on the axle that goes from the gearbox to here, and that's on each side of it. And then slop like this, and then the screw does not go all the way through or all the way through here. For this price on these, it should be proper. So the other thing I want to mention about these hot racing gearboxes, it says, I read 5-tooth pinion, I read 8-tooth pinion. Well, I'm going to say 8-tooth does not work. The pinion will not touch the spur. I went to 10-tooth. Still, you can't get the proper mesh. So the lowest you can use in these boxes, no matter what they say, is an 11-tooth, and that is a 32 pitch pinion gear. There's no way you're going to get anything under an 11. I did let the seller and Hot Racing know about this. And for those out there that are going to say anything about, oh, you should have just went with the Hess and this and that, no. He's overcharging, and it does not cost them that much to manufacture. It's people like you, if you're one of them and you fit in that category, is the problem why these prices are so high. There's no reason for them to be this high. If I could have, I would have machined my own, as I did with my servo mount and this and the links and the shock mount and everything. So all of that said and done, I would have machined it. I fabbed up some skid plates to protect the gears and or the gearboxes and everything. So It's going to about wrap this up.